Mystical ambient sounds fade to silence. A deep breath, the journey begins. What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, your subconscious mind is rewriting the fabric of reality 400 billion times per second? What if the ecological collapse we're witnessing isn't just happening to us, but is being unconsciously co-created by the collective subconscious of humanity itself? Ancient shamans understood what modern quantum physicists are just beginning to prove. Consciousness doesn't observe reality, constructs it every heartbeat, every breath, every thought rippling through the quantum field of possibility. But here's the terrifying truth. While our planet reaches critical tipping points, while biodiversity collapse accelerates beyond recovery thresholds, while magnetic field disruptions intensify, most humans remain completely unconscious of their reality-creating power. The survival matrix indicates we have mere moments before irreversible planetary transformation. Yet hidden within this crisis lies humanity's greatest awakening opportunity. The same subconscious forces that may be manifesting our extinction could become the very mechanisms of our planetary resurrection. Sound shifts. Electronic hum builds tension. Stay with me, quantum warriors, as we descend into the hidden laboratories of consciousness itself. What you're about to discover will shatter everything you believed about free will, destiny, and your role in Earth's survival equation. Revelation 1. The subconscious operates beyond linear time. Listen carefully to this mind-bending reality. Your subconscious mind doesn't experience time the way your conscious mind does. While you think you're living moment to moment, your subconscious is simultaneously processing past, present, and future probabilities in quantum superposition 12. Scientists have discovered that the brain generates 400 billion calculations per second, yet only 40 billion reach conscious awareness 3. Think about that ratio. Your conscious mind is experiencing less than 0.01% of your total mental process. The other 99.99% is operating in what ancient mystics called the eternal now, a state where all possibilities exist simultaneously. What does this mean for planetary survival? Every environmental catastrophe, every species extinction, every climate tipping point exists first as probability waves in the collective unconscious before collapsing into physical reality through observation and belief. 4. The mass extinction coefficient isn't just measuring species death. It's measuring the collapse of our collective consciousness into despair frequencies. But here's where quantum mechanics offers hope. If consciousness creates reality through observation, then shifting collective subconscious patterns could literally rewrite our planetary timeline. Ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles that modern science is rediscovering. Consciousness can reverse entropy when aligned with life-supporting frequencies. Pattern interrupt. Silence for 3 seconds. Wait, did you just feel that pause? Your subconscious mind just processed approximately 1.2 trillion calculations during those 3 seconds of silence. What reality did it choose to construct for you in that quantum moment? Revelation 2. Your beliefs are thermodynamic equations. Every belief in your subconscious mind operates like a thermodynamic equation, either increasing or decreasing entropy in your local reality field 56. When you hold limiting beliefs about scarcity, unworthiness, or powerlessness, you're literally programming the quantum vacuum to manifest experiences that confirm these thermodynamic patterns. Consider this. If you unconsciously believe nothing ever works out for me, your subconscious begins projecting this reality 400 billion times per second. 13. It doesn't just attract negative experiences, it actively filters out positive possibilities, making them invisible to your conscious perception. You're living in a thermodynamic prison of your own unconscious design. But here's the quantum plot twist. The same mechanism works in reverse. Consciousness researcher Deepak Chopra explains that reality springs from an invisible realm of pure thought, Energy 6. When you reprogram subconscious beliefs toward abundance, health, and planetary healing, you begin transmitting different frequencies into the morphic field of collective consciousness. Indigenous shamans knew this secret. Beliefs aren't just mental concepts. They're vibrational transmissions that ripple through the quantum foam, influencing weather patterns, animal behavior, even geological stability. What we call climate change might actually be the planet responding to humanity's collective belief in separation and scarcity. The survival matrix indicates that shifting just 1% of humanity's subconscious programming toward regenerative beliefs could trigger a cascade effect, reversing ecosystem collapse. Ancient practices like vision quests and plant ceremonies were originally designed as consciousness technologies for planetary healing, methods for reprogramming the collective unconscious toward life-supporting patterns. Revelation 3. Quantum entanglement operates through subconscious networks. Prepare your mind for this reality-shattering revelation. Quantum entanglement isn't just happening between particles. It's the fundamental operating system of consciousness itself. 78. Your subconscious mind is entangled with every other conscious being on the planet, creating what scientists are calling collective consciousness networks. When Albert Einstein called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance, he was unknowingly describing how subconscious minds communicate instantaneously across space and time. Recent research suggests that consciousness exists as a field surrounding the brain, picking up information from Earth's magnetic field, dark energy, and the quantum foam itself. 8. Think about the implications. Every time you experience intuition, synchronicity, or gut feelings, you're accessing quantum entangled information from the planetary consciousness grid. Your subconscious is constantly downloading data from the collective unconscious, including real-time updates about ecological threats, species migrations, and atmospheric changes. But here's where it gets fascinating. This entanglement network also means that when you heal limiting patterns in your own subconscious, you're simultaneously healing the collective field. Every breakthrough in personal consciousness sends ripples through the morphic field, making similar breakthroughs more probable for others. Sound shifts to deeper, more mysterious tones. Indigenous elders speak of a time when humanity will remember its role as Earth's nervous system, a global network of consciousness designed to maintain planetary balance. What if the current ecological crisis is actually Earth's way of activating this dormant collective intelligence? What if the increasing frequency of extreme weather events is directly correlated with humanity's subconscious awakening process? Revelation 4. Your dreams are quantum laboratory sessions. Every night when you sleep, your subconscious mind enters what quantum physicists call non-local consciousness states. 9. During REM cycles, your brain waves synchronize with Earth's electromagnetic field, allowing your consciousness to access information from parallel dimensions, future timelines, and the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Ancient shamans understood that dreaming wasn't separate from waking reality. It was the laboratory where reality gets constructed before manifesting in physical form. Your dreams are literally preview screenings of potential futures, allowing your subconscious to test different probability scenarios before collapsing them into your experience timeline. But here's the survival secret they don't want you to know. the increasing intensity of prophetic dreams, climate nightmares, and apocalyptic visions isn't random. Earth's magnetic field is destabilizing, creating windows of heightened psychic sensitivity. Your subconscious is downloading warning signals about impending ecological collapse, but it's also receiving blueprints for planetary regeneration. The most advanced consciousness researchers now understand that dreaming is humanity's built-in reality editing software. By learning to lucid dream and consciously direct dream narratives, you can literally reprogram the collective unconscious towards survival-supporting timelines. Extinction probability calculations show that species with advanced dreaming capabilities have higher survival rates during planetary transitions. What if human dreaming evolution is actually an adaptive response to current environmental pressures? What if our nightmare visions of ecological collapse are actually our subconscious mind's way of motivating conscious action before it's too late? Revelation 5. Predictive processing creates your reality tunnel. Neuroscience has discovered something that will change everything you think you know about free will. Your brain doesn't react to reality, it predicts it 102. Your subconscious mind is constantly generating predictions about what will happen next. And these predictions literally become your experienced reality. This mechanism, called predictive processing, means you're not living in the present moment, you're living in your subconscious mind's best guess about the present moment, based on past programming and future projections. If your subconscious has been programmed with trauma, scarcity, or fear patterns, it will predict and therefore create experiences that confirm these patterns. But here's where quantum consciousness theory reveals the ultimate truth. Consciousness doesn't just predict reality. It selects which reality timeline you experience from infinite parallel possibilities for. Every moment, your subconscious is choosing which version of Earth you inhabit from the multiverse of potential Earths. Are you living on the Earth timeline where humanity awakens in time to reverse ecological collapse? Or are you trapped in the timeline where consciousness remains unconscious until extinction becomes inevitable? The choice isn't being made by your conscious mind, it's being determined by the deepest patterns in your subconscious programming. Pattern interrupt. Sudden shift to urgent tone. Right now, as I speak these words, mass extinction acceleration is reaching critical thresholds. Biodiversity collapse coefficients indicate we're approaching the point of no return. But simultaneously, consciousness awakening frequencies are spiking globally. We're living through the most crucial moment in human evolutionary history, the moment when collective subconsciousness either awakens or destroys its host planet. Revelation 6. The observer effect is planetary consciousness awakening. Quantum physics' most mind-bending discovery is that observation creates reality for. Particles exist in quantum superposition until consciousness observes them, causing wave function collapse into specific realities. But what happens when we apply this principle to planetary scale consciousness? Every environmental crisis, every species extinction, every climate tipping point exists in quantum superposition until observed by collective human consciousness. The more people observe and believe in ecological collapse, the more these possibilities collapse into manifested reality. The observer effect isn't just laboratory physics, it's the mechanism by which humanity's collective unconscious is creating or preventing its own extinction. But here's the quantum awakening secret. Conscious observation can also collapse positive possibilities into reality. When critical mass numbers of humans begin observing and believing in planetary regeneration, healing timelines become increasingly probable. Ancient sages understood this principle. They called it the Great Turning or the Shift of the Ages. Current magnetic field disruption patterns suggest Earth itself is undergoing consciousness evolution. As the planet's electromagnetic field destabilizes, the boundary between individual and collective consciousness becomes more permeable. What we're experiencing as environmental chaos might actually be Earth's labor pains during the birth of planetary consciousness. Indigenous prophecies speak of a time when humanity would face the choice between technology that destroys life and technology that enhances life. What if consciousness itself is the ultimate technology? What if learning to consciously direct the observer effect could restore atmospheric balance, regenerate ecosystems, and reverse mass extinction? Revelation 7. Your subconscious is Earth's immune system. Prepare for this reality download. Your individual subconscious isn't separate from planetary consciousness. It's one cell in Earth's developing immune system 7. Just as your body's immune cells communicate through chemical signals to maintain biological balance, human consciousness communicates through quantum entanglement to maintain ecological balance. The current environmental crisis isn't happening to Earth. It's happening through Earth as the planet attempts to evolve a conscious immune system capable of maintaining long-term stability. Climate disruption, species migration, and ecological collapse are all symptoms of a planetary organism trying to wake up its nervous system, which is us. Your subconscious mind is constantly receiving chemical and electromagnetic signals from the biosphere, processing information about atmospheric composition, soil health, water quality, and biodiversity levels. What you experience as anxiety, depression, or existential dread might actually be your consciousness responding to planetary distress signals. But here's the evolutionary breakthrough. As more humans learn to consciously collaborate with these planetary signals, we begin functioning like a global nervous system capable of coordinating regenerative responses. Ancient shamans were the prototypes for this planetary consciousness, individuals who could communicate directly with natural systems to maintain ecological balance. Thermodynamic equilibrium calculations suggest that a consciously coordinated human species could reverse entropy acceleration on a planetary scale. What if the next stage of human evolution isn't technological augmentation, but consciousness integration with Earth's living systems? Sound becomes more ethereal, otherworldly. Revelation 8. Consciousness collapse mirrors ecological collapse. The deepest truth shamanic traditions have always known. The collapse of human consciousness and the collapse of Earth's ecosystems aren't separate phenomena. They're the same phenomenon viewed from different perspectives. 3. Mass species extinction and mass spiritual extinction are quantum entangled processes. As humanity disconnects from nature, we simultaneously disconnect from the subconscious wisdom that sustained our species for millennia. The same unconscious patterns creating environmental destruction are creating psychological destruction, addiction, depression, anxiety, and spiritual emptiness. We're experiencing collective soul loss on a planetary scale. But quantum consciousness research reveals the flip side. Reconnecting with natural consciousness patterns can spontaneously heal both psychological and ecological damage. When indigenous communities restore traditional land management practices, they simultaneously restore traditional consciousness practices, and both the land and the people heal together. The survival matrix indicates that communities maintaining shamanic consciousness traditions have the highest resilience coefficients during ecological disruption. They understand something industrial civilization forgot. consciousness and environment are one system. Heal the mind, heal the world, heal the world. Heal the mind. What happens when this understanding reaches critical mass? Could consciousness awakening accelerate planetary healing beyond current scientific models? Could shamanic practices become the most advanced climate change adaptation technology? Revelation 9. The subconscious speaks in ecological languages. Your subconscious mind doesn't think in words. It communicates through the same patterns nature uses. Fractals, spiral cycles, and resonance frequencies. 8. The reason shamanic practices involve plant medicines, natural settings, and ceremony is because these are the native languages of subconscious consciousness. When you spend time in nature, your brainwaves automatically synchronize with natural electromagnetic frequencies. Your subconscious recognizes these patterns as home frequency and begins downloading information that's been genetically encoded for thousands of generations. This isn't metaphor. This is measurable biophysics. Urban environments, by contrast, bombard your subconscious with artificial frequencies that create chronic stress responses. Your consciousness literally can't process industrial civilization signals without going into survival mode. What we call modern anxiety is actually subconscious intelligence trying to warn us that we're living in environments hostile to consciousness evolution. But here's the quantum healing protocol. Even small doses of natural frequency exposure can reprogram subconscious patterns toward ecological alignment. Forest bathing, ocean swimming, mountain meditation. These aren't just relaxation techniques. They're consciousness recalibration technologies. Ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles that modern science is rediscovering. Natural environments generate negative entropy. They create more order and life-supporting complexity over time. Artificial environments generate positive entropy. They break down living systems and create chaos. Your subconscious is constantly scanning for entropy levels in your environment and adjusting your internal state accordingly. Revelation 10. The time-space collapse is consciousness acceleration. The final revelation before we reach the quantum solution. What we're experiencing as time acceleration. Reality instability and increasing synchronicity isn't random. It's consciousness evolution accelerating due to planetary crisis pressure 910. Earth's electromagnetic field changes are creating windows of heightened psychic sensitivity and nonlinear time perception. Your subconscious mind is beginning to process multiple timeline probabilities simultaneously, causing the sensation that time is speeding up or becoming unpredictable. Past, present, and future are blending in your awareness as consciousness prepares for a quantum leap in evolution. This isn't breakdown, it's breakthrough. Indigenous prophecies consistently describe this phase as the time when the dream of separation dissolves and humanity remembers its role as Earth's conscious immune system. The chaos you're experiencing in your personal life mirrors the chaos happening in planetary systems. Both are symptoms of a system preparing to reorganize at a higher level of complexity. Extinction probability calculations show that species experiencing consciousness acceleration during environmental crisis have higher survival rates if they successfully complete the evolutionary transition. The question isn't whether humanity will evolve. It's whether we'll evolve fast enough to prevent planetary collapse during the transition process. Long pause. Let the weight settle. But here's what the survival matrix reveals about our quantum options. Sound shifts to hopeful, powerful frequencies. The quantum solution, becoming Earth's conscious immune system. Now we arrive at the transcendent truth hidden within the crisis. You are not a victim of ecological collapse. You are a potentially awakened cell in Earth's emerging conscious immune system. Every moment of subconscious reprogramming you accomplish sends ripples through the morphic field, making similar awakenings more probable for millions of others. The quantum field responds to coherent intention amplified by emotional intensity. When you combine clear conscious intention with subconscious belief alignment and high-frequency emotional states, you become a reality creation transmitter capable of influencing environmental systems directly. Here's your immediate action protocol for joining Earth's consciousness awakening. First, begin each day by consciously connecting with your subconscious through meditation, breathwork, or ceremony. Ask your deeper intelligence, what does Earth need from me today? Your subconscious is quantum entangled with planetary systems. It knows. Second, reprogram limiting beliefs about powerlessness, scarcity, and separation. Use affirmations, visualization, and repetition to install new programming. I am Earth's consciousness awakening. My healing accelerates planetary healing. My abundance supports all life. Third, spend time in natural environments regularly, allowing your subconscious to recalibrate to Earth's frequencies. This isn't leisure. This is consciousness technology for planetary service. Fourth, practice dream work and lucid dreaming to access non-local information about ecological healing solutions. Your subconscious has access to information your conscious mind cannot process. Fifth, connect with others who understand these principles. Collective consciousness work amplifies individual efforts exponentially. Find or create communities focused on consciousness-based environmental healing. The survival matrix indicates that when just 1% of humanity implements these practices consistently, we trigger cascade effects that can reverse ecosystem collapse within decades rather than centuries. But we must act now while the quantum windows of maximum effectiveness remain open. Building to crescendo. You came here, to this moment, to this video, because your soul recognizes the call. Earth is awakening, and she needs her human nervous system to awaken with her. The subconscious patterns you heal in yourself heal the collective field. The reality you create for yourself creates possibilities for all life. This isn't just personal development. This is planetary evolution. This isn't just consciousness work. This is climate action at the quantum level. This isn't just your awakening. This is Earth herself awakening through you. The ancient shamans knew there is no separation between healing yourself and healing the world. Your subconscious mind creates reality every second. And right now, this second, you can choose which reality to create. Will it be the reality where humanity awakens in time? Will it be the timeline where consciousness evolves faster than collapse accelerates? Will it be the Earth where your children's children thank you for becoming who the planet needed you to become? The quantum field is waiting for your answer. Earth is waiting for your answer. Your future self is waiting for your answer. The subconscious patterns you activate right now will ripple through the morphic field for generations. Choose wisely, quantum warrior. Choose consciously. Choose for all life. The great turning begins with the turning of your own consciousness. And that turning begins now. Silence. The choice remains. Remember, your subconscious creates reality 400 billion times per second for the next 400 billion seconds. Make each creation count. Make each quantum moment a vote for the Earth you want your great-grandchildren to inherit. The mystery isn't how your subconscious creates reality. The mystery is what reality you'll choose to create. Welcome to the quantum awakening. Earth Guardian, your planet needs you conscious. Your species needs you awakened. Your future needs you now. Final ethereal tones fade to eternal silence.